My name is Johnny, and this is Live with Johnny. We are in the building. How's everybody doing tonight? And if y'all wondering what this is on my head, it's a little chilly in the studio because I didn't have the heat on. So I'm just kind of using this for heat. So y'all gotta ignore it. It's something my mom got me, you know what I'm saying? It says true religion. So it's pretty cool though. Like make me look like I'm a Russian or something like that. I'm from I'm from Russia or some shit. But we don't represent Russia because they're bad people, I guess. That's what we've been told. I don't know. A lot of stuff that we don't even question that stuff anymore. We just be like, oh, okay, they bad. They bad people. Oh, okay, cool. Even like with those boats that they was bombing those boats and we didn't really question it. It was like, oh, okay, it must be bad since they bombing the boats. And I remember them saying like it's narco terrorism and stuff like that. They made up a new word. It's narco terrorism. What? That's a different type of terrorism. What did it has narco terrorism ever has it ever affected us? What exactly has give me give me an example of when narco terrorism affected us. Name one example. And they told us like before all of this new change of administration, they told us like the worst terrorism problem we're gonna have is gonna be here in the United States. And it's funny because now, even now, it's like they try to flip it around. It's like, no, they not. It's the other people that's like, come on, like the study even came out and told us like who we should be concerned about here in the States. And he was like, nah, that no, it ain't. That ain't true. And we're gonna change the narrative. That's the whole thing. That's the whole game is to change the narrative. I don't care what studies say. I don't care what the real is. I'm gonna change the narrative. And I think they get so bold with it. It's like I can do it in your face. Like the shooter the other day, like ain't nobody believing that. I'm not saying like me, I'm not gonna give you my opinion because I don't want to be getting the midst of it. But I'm telling you, like from studies and polls and stuff like that, don't nobody believe that was real. You can look at it and it looks the way that it looks. But it's sad now because they like his own followers don't believe him. They like, nah, that can't be. Ain't no way in the world. Like that's not real. And when your own followers don't believe you, you in trouble. It's like he created this monster to not believe anything you see, and now it's coming back to bite him. Like they said, the roosters are coming back. It's coming back to bite him. And now they looking at this and they looking at the last assassination attempt. And that a man died. Two men died. If that was staged, that means that he sacrificed two people for him. And I honestly believe, like you hear like stories in the Epstein's and stuff. This man has sacrificed people before. I mean, it's proof of it. It's not. I mean, I don't know what you want me to say. It's proof. It was one story that came out. That girl said that they was on the same boat when they threw somebody over. Yeah, I don't know why everybody ain't talking about that. It's crazy. I'm not just. I mean, you can go look it up. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not gonna put extra nothing into it because I have a reputation to hold up and protect. And I'm not trying to jeopardize my stuff. So yes, I am talking about it. It's risky for me to be talking about stuff, but I'm not going to talk about nothing that's not true. I'm just asking questions. All right. But we all know about ICE and what's been going on with ICE. And that, to me, like I said, that's a warning sign to like white America. Like, it's time. Y'all got to wake up too. We got to wake up, and y'all got to wake up too. Because y'all seen ICE when they shoot, they shooting for everybody. They're not shooting for, you know what I'm saying? And when it comes to Trump, at the end of the day, it's not really black or white necessarily. I think black people, because that excites the base. But at the end of the day, like if you in a town or a county and you didn't vote for him last time, like he has no mercy on you. Even counties that did vote for him, he really, but especially y'all, he's gonna stripping everything that y'all had to survive. Your schooling system is gonna be fucked up. Your nutrition is gonna be fucked up. He went and got the worst nutritionist and was like, y'all, you tell Americans how to live and eat right. And this man used to sniff cocaine. Off of toilet seats. And that's who telling you how you should. You feel what I'm saying? The whole purpose is to go get the worst people like Pete Hegseth and stuff like that in charge of the military. Kash Patel, Bondi. These people have no experience whatsoever. He went and got the worst people he could find. So they really just puppets. People are running things. People are telling them what to do, basically. Yes, you're in there. You have that position. You can kind of make decisions, but they have no clue what they're doing. And it shows. But we have some information about the ICE Gestapo and some things that they're doing, and it's bad, man. Even up into grape. So y'all gotta check this out, man. This is very disturbing, man. And I knew it. These it's like, okay, you think about it. Okay, these women that are being arrested, their husbands are being arrested, and they leaving behind their wives. These women are beautiful. Like, and these people know it. Like, how can to me, that's like, how can you hate their culture and you know that they women are beautiful? Like the dudes are, they look like dudes. They don't look like no punks. Like, that's what y'all want. You know what I'm saying? And the women are beautiful. Like, and y'all see that. It's like, sometimes and y'all know for a fact, like, y'all can't get that type of woman. Y'all know y'all can't get that type of woman. So with everything being reversed back to like damn near slavery in this country, of course you're going to have those type of things moving in. We're going to talk about that. Those type of things are going to be normalized again when they start ushering back in slavery. So here we go. Let's take a watch. Oh, hold on. Let me see. I'm sitting here watching it and I have to share it with you guys. That's funny. Okay, and that's one clip. That's cool. So here we go. And I want y'all to take a look at this.
And that's exactly, just because mainstream media is not talking much about ICE anymore doesn't mean that they're not committing atrocities on a daily basis and unleashing new horrors on the population day after day. And that's exactly what they're doing. So first of all, shout out to Status Coup, who's on the ground doing amazing reporting. I highly recommend you guys go subscribe to the Status Coup YouTube channel and take a look at what they are reporting here. Trump's ICE troops threaten prisoners' wives with sexual assault. As Trump closes office that investigates ICE prison abuses, the wives of ICE prisoners blow the whistle to Status Coup. Quote, I had officers tell me they should put their dicks in my mouth. What the fuck? A drum circle filled with solidarity protesters shined as the only light in front of the towering darkness in the background. On May 2nd, I went to cover a gathering in front of the mammoth Delaney Hall ICE prison in Newark, New Jersey. You may remember from 2025 when Newark Mayor Ross Baraka was shockingly arrested for the crime of standing outside demanding the ability to go inside to inspect. Over the weekend, activists ranging from retired boomers to spouses of prisoners gathered to commemorate the one-year anniversary of the opening of the 1,000-plus bed prison, which saw a Haitian immigrant die in December, just one day after being in prison. They treat people here like they're animals. Gabriela Soto, the wife of prisoner Martin, told me. Watch part of our interview above. Gabriela, who was a U.S. citizen who first came to America from Peru over 20 years ago, told me her husband Martin, who's been in prison inside Delaney Hall for 4 months, was abducted while on a diaper run for their infant. Oh my word. Jesus Christ. She described a torture camp which grows more sadistic based on the whims and mood of the unqualified guards. Quote, if the guard is not in a good mood, prisoners don't get medication. They don't get to go to the infirmary. The food there is horrible. Wow. She said, explaining that the food inside is either uncooked or expired. Her husband has lost 30 pounds inside in just 4 months. Quote, they don't feed them at all. They get sick. They start throwing up. They have headaches. It's really bad in there. Soto explained that on top of being malnourished and medically untreated, her husband and other prisoners have inhaled dangerous gas fumes, don't get regular recreation time outside, and are routinely kept awake all night. This is just torture. Like, there's no way to spin this. There's no way to soften it. What they're describing here is just torture.
We got something going on. Let me. No, that wasn't live though. But yeah, that's crazy, man. I don't know. I don't know what to say. He telling you exactly what's going on. And if you think this is made up or something like that, like that's insane. Like that shows your character. I don't know. Let's listen some more.
They are torturing people. That's what this is. This is like something you would hear in some Banana Republic dictatorship. This is something you'd hear in, some documentary. And meanwhile, it's happening right now with our money in our name right in front of our eyes, and nobody cares. Nobody's even talking about it. They say, like thousands of other spouses around the country, she is also on 24/7 pins and needles, worrying that her husband has been moved or deported. Quote, when they don't call their family members for 24 hours, they start panicking, she said. If Martin doesn't check in with her in the morning and night, she feels like she's having a heart attack. How does she talk to her husband twice a day? Only if she pays. She's been spending nearly $200 a week pouring money into a phone account to speak with Martin, one of the many scams enriching GEO Group, the for-profit prison operator that owns Delaney Hall and 90 other prisons in America and abroad. The controversial private prison contractor made $254.4 million in profit in 2025, a staggering 695% increase in profit compared to 2024, thanks to landing ICE prison contracts under the Trump regime. Oh, my word. Mm-hmm. In other words, these guys were contracted specifically to make the concentration camps, specifically to make the fucking death camps. Mm. And now they're profiting massively off that, off death, off misery, off destruction, off taking away people's rights, off arresting people with no warrant whatsoever, off violating people's due process. They're getting wealthy off that. Quote, it's really expensive to deposit money to him all the time so that he can call, she said. On top of worrying about her husband, she's working her full-time job and caring for her cancer-stricken mother. Jesus Christ, man. Deborah Gomez's anguish began before her husband, Edgar, was abducted by ICE over a month ago. Quote, I've been a target, she explained, noting that she had been surveilled by local ICE agents and pulled over multiple times due to her activism with New Jersey immigration rights groups. They took a metal crowbar and broke the window of my attorney's vehicle. Damn. She told me about one incident with ICE agents. Jesus Christ. See, this is what they do. This is what these people do. Mm-hmm. So they're also breaking windows of lawyers. Like, that's how unhinged these people are. That's how much they're used to having no consequences for their actions. In another sickening exchange, Gomez recounted an ICE agent threatening to sexually assault her. Quote, I had officers telling me they should put their dicks in my mouth, she said, calling it disgusting the federal agents are going around threatening women in front of their children. Jesus Christ. She reported the incident to DHS and the New Jersey Attorney General's office. Like, this is, guys, you need to understand, like, these aren't actual law enforcement officials, okay? These are criminals. They're criminals, they're thugs, they're, like, a lot of them have records. They're fucking domestic abusers, they're rapists, they're white nationalists, they're Proud Boys, they're Oath Keepers, they're neo-Nazis, they're Klansmen. Like, this is who's hired for these positions. Like, I'm not being hyperbolic. That's actually who they are. That's actually who they want doing these things. Her husband, Edgar Gomez, was the sole breadwinner as Deborah raised their 3 kids, one of whom, their 6-year-old, is on life support due to a seizure condition. Jesus Christ. I cry every night. It is hard, especially knowing that my son can be triggered by getting upset. The seizure condition he has, either he gets too excited or he gets upset, and it triggers him to have seizures. In 2016, Deborah petitioned for a green card for her husband, who's been in America for 25 years, and no criminal history, and was a hands-on father before being taken by ICE. Now he's being held captive in Delaney Hall with his future unclear. Her husband, a diabetic, has had his blood sugar drastically fluctuate inside the prison. Despite his imprisonment, Gomez says he's trying to remain hopeful. He's trying to stay strong for his children. Gomez called it crazy that America is spending $2 billion a day to wage war while there are millions of children in need, like her seizure-stricken son. I'm disgusted. There's no trust in these federal agencies. I fear for my life. I don't know if they're capable of shooting me or harm me or my children or my family. And as these abuses escalate, the abusers just took action to further bury their crimes. The Trump administration just shuttered its watchdog office overseeing ICE prison abuse. That's exactly right. In fact, I have that pulled up right here. The Trump administration has closed the office responsible for investigating abuse and misconduct in ICE detention facilities. By the way, this is happening at the exact same time that we learned recently that there's been systematic sexual abuse done by ICE in their concentration camps. And there's been a number of, like, local media has reported a bunch of cases of this. They're doing it.
No one was ready for what just happened. Seedance 2.0 just dropped, and it keeps your character consistent. Before this, AI videos were unable to keep good character consistency. It could show you good motion, but it could not remember a face.
Oh my god, my face changed.
But Seedance 2.0 solved it. A single prompt can control the entire outcome. You give it up to 15 references, photos, clips, even audio, and somehow it actually remembers them across frames and multi-shot outputs. The same person, shot after shot. Not just consistent, recognizable. We didn't just upgrade resolution, we broke the chain on the identity crisis.
Oh,
This is not
snap.
just consistency, the characters stay exactly who they are.
I got
They know
busy
they're doing
doing
it.
something.
They're totally okay with it because, like I said, they view themselves as above the law. They don't even abide by, like, you know, getting warrants to arrest people. So, like, they think anything goes. I have a badge. I'm in charge. I can do whatever the fuck I want. And that's exactly what we're witnessing here. So, understand, just because mainstream media is no longer talking about this doesn't mean that the horrors are not still happening.
It's normalized.
We're dealing with mass kidnappings. We're dealing with abductions. We're dealing with human traffickings. We're dealing with no due process. We're dealing with Trump's private personal army, his own paramilitary, his own Gestapo, his own secret police. And as a direct result of what they've done, 4,200 people are missing because of ICE. Over 4,000 people are missing. Nobody knows where they are. Nobody knows. At least 40 people have died in ICE custody. I think the number's maybe significantly higher now. We know there's allegations of slavery at their
Yep,
camps.
that's
I'm
crazy.
sure there's
Listen.
some of that going on at this Delaney camp as well. But literal slavery, there's been court cases over this. We're talking about a group that is so disconnected, so immoral, and so unethical that they've assaulted senior citizens and shot priests in the face with pepper balls and tear-gassed babies and ran over people with cars. And by the way, those were hit and runs. It's not like they waited and tried to help them, okay? They've tear-gassed cops. They've zip-tied children. They put them in the back of U-Hauls. I mean, we're dealing with the dregs of society here. They raid schools and places of work, and they've, you know, go to parking lots in Lowe's and Home Depots and go after day laborers who have no criminal records whatsoever. We know that there's allegations they fucking lynched a guy. We know that they tried to deport a woman immediately after she gave birth. Okay? They deported a 4-year-old American citizen with cancer. There is nothing these people won't do. We saw them murder people in broad daylight, in cold blood, and one of them, maybe even all of them, are still on the job. They were just shipped out to different states, and they're still on the job, bro. That's what's happening. So when you have all of that mixed with the fact that they don't even abide by court orders, and now they're threatening rape of the wives of the prisoners and have done rape, I mean, what is there to say other than all these motherfuckers need to be in prison? All of them need to be in prison. It's not.
That's crazy, man. And y'all hear, like, we need to know what's going on. Like, we need to ask questions. We need to know what's going on. That's all I can say, because this is insane.